Hello, welcome to Beauty in the Garden. I am T. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Today, I'm going to show you a couple of things if you're into planting ginger. Ginger was one of the plants that I had a hard time with. So originally, when I first started planting ginger, I was giving it too much love, okay? I was overwatering it, I was checking on it, and now you guys, it's like the most easiest thing that you could possibly plant. Now, with ginger, ginger is a rhizome. It is not a bulb or anything like that. It's literally a rhizome along underneath the ground. All right, so I'm going to talk to you guys about this. Now, I do have videos on how to get ginger started. Now, ginger is one of those crops, you guys, that takes a long time to get up to size. This ginger has been planted, I think, at least since March. So this ginger is still not ready. Now, I do have a video of me harvesting ginger. If you're interested in that, you guys, I would actually go ahead and try to make sure I put that either that video in the description box, or as well, you guys, I will actually post it in the community tab. So here is my ginger. This ginger, like I said, has been planted, I think, since March. It's been in the ground for a very long time. But I wanted to touch bases on ginger because ginger, as you guys can see, like down below here, let me show you guys so we can get real low. It's not ready. It's not ready. The plant is really, really green. It is not ready. We'll be harvesting the ginger once it starts to turn and die back a little bit. That means all that energy is literally getting forced into those rhizomes that are down here. All right. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was the fact how I started ginger. Okay, so this right here is store-bought ginger right here. If you guys can look really, really close here, what I did was I put a damp cloth down here. This is a microfiber cloth that is down here on this plate here. And right here is the notes right there. You guys see that? And you can see that root system that is starting to form right there. Okay, can you guys see that? This is how easy it is to start ginger. You can even see some of the leaf growth on this ginger. And so very soon though, you can start to see that this ginger is starting to die back just enough. And I'm going to shoot you guys a couple of clips into this to show you guys me harvesting this ginger, or you can kind of just go ahead and check out me harvesting my ginger so you can kind of see when the ginger is ready. But I wanted to show you this ginger because if you want to go ahead and get an idea of what you might want to get planted next season, and believe it or not, spring is going to come so quick. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. And you're not going to be like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And it will be already here. So just keep in mind, when planting out a crop like this, it does take a very long time to get that kind of yield on this type of crop, just like garlic. Garlic is another one, you guys, that will take a while to get it to where you want it to be. So you want to go ahead and have this stuff like this planted out in your garden, or even having that plan in mind on when you're going to get started and when you're going to go ahead and plant them. The next thing up too is keeping your rhizome until you can plant it back out into your garden. So keep in mind, when you are out in your garden and things are getting scarce in the stores, try to make sure that you keep some of these things on hand so that you can continue on growing more food in your homestead garden. Let's, like, for instance, this rosemary that's back here. This rosemary, we can get tons of cuttings off of this rosemary. So keep in mind, if this plant was starting to die back, go ahead and start getting prepared to get cuttings off of certain plants that you can continue on throughout many years in your garden without worrying about rather not if the seeds are still in the store. The next thing up as well is right beside the ginger, you can see here is some garlic. right here. You can see the garlic that is coming up here. All right, this is last year's garlic. These are my elephant garlic. They're coming up very, very strong. Now you can see here a couple of the corms here that were stayed behind. That is going to give me another garlic. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stick that corm back in there. It will come up eventually. It will take a little bit longer, but eventually it will come up. So keep that in mind when it comes down to your garden. And I just kind of wanted to come on and talk to you guys about a lot of things that we just might need to keep in mind when it comes down to our gardens, to being able to continue on growing as much as we can with very little effort. Just like this ginger, the garlic, the rosemary, it's gonna keep on giving me more and more. And if I don't harvest all of this ginger, it will stay dormant in this soil, and it most likely will come back next season when the ground starts to warm back up. All right, so keep that in mind. Like right here, this little piece right here, that's lavender. That's lavender. That is a perennial plant. So all these plants are kind of perennial because what they do is they will actually go ahead and kind of self-seed themselves. Okay, so basically with this rosemary back here, this is a perennial, it's very cold hardy. Then we have our garlic that's right here, that if you leave it in the ground or place some of the corms back in the ground, they're going to come up the next season. And then with the ginger as well, if you leave some of it down, it will go dormant, but it will come back up in the spring. And if you harvesting potatoes, you know, if you pull up all your potatoes, most likely you're going to get potatoes next season without even worrying about planting them up. They're going to come up. Yeah, the littlest, the teeniest, tiniest potato will actually start to have another plant, and wow, you got potatoes. And that's how simple gardening can be, and not put so much stress onto yourself. Now, I am very particular about my planting in my garden, so it does take a little bit more effort because I like placement, and that's on me. But all these things will grow and take off on their own. This right here is a kale plant. This kale plant right here has been in my greenhouse sitting there for almost, I would say, since May. All right, I decided to plant it out, and here it goes. It's bam, it's growing really, really big because I took it out of the starter tray. Same thing go for this little one here. That one was in the greenhouse and I decided to pop it out. Same go for the Swiss chard. The Swiss chard, 2 years. You get 2 years with Swiss chard before it goes to seed. So keep that in mind when you're planting out your garden. That's why I wanted to touch bases, like I said, with our ginger. Keep on planting these things. Save some of it and replant it back out in your garden. Lettuce, not so much. Lettuce, not so much. But that's why I jumped on today, to kind of give you guys my perspective on how to go about gardening and simplifying our gardens to make things a little bit easier, and as well making sure that we save seed. Right now, like I said, times can get very, very rough, and we don't have the seeds. What if we don't have the seeds? We don't have a garden. So keep in mind, every time you have a plant, like if it's a pepper, making sure that you let some of it go to seed. Just like right now, I have a couple of my peppers, you guys, is indoors. I do have it planted right now inside of my grow tent. And inside my grow tent, I have mature peppers, and just as though around the sand pit, I decided to let some things ripen on the bush, and that means the seeds are mature seeds when your peppers turn color. Like for instance, right here. This right here is a Anaheim. Right here. Can you guys see that? This is an Anaheim. This is a ripe pepper. This seed here is perfect for harvest, and I will be able to continue on planting this particular variety. Okay, if you look really closely right here, here are some more of those beautiful Anaheim peppers, and I have my seeds right there. Okay, so make sure you let them go to seed. I got a couple. I'm going to go ahead and harvest those. Let's pluck those right off real quick. Let's take these off. put them right here. All right, so I got me some. I have some that I can keep right here. This is a Anaheim chili, and I have some stunning peppers here, right there. Beautiful. And we have our seeds. So I want to make sure that I will be able to continue on having produce out here in the garden, even without going in the store to go purchase more things. So keep in mind that you want to make sure that we are able to still save, because gardening is just not about getting the benefits from our produce, but understanding that we're trying to still save us and our families money along the way, and having a better and healthier lifestyle. So keep that in mind. And then down here, same thing goes for these. These are my Cubanelles here. This is a Cubanelle pepper here. They're not quite ready for seed. They will turn more of a yellow color, and it's going to be ready, and that's when you'll know to harvest these Cubanelles. But this is a pretty much close enough to say this is a mature pepper. Okay, so that's a Cubanelle right there. Now we're going to go this way, and I'm going to show you another thing that when I come, like I said, about seed saving. All right, so here we have is our banana peppers, and so this is what we call right here basically a not mature pepper. All right, so this right here is from cold. When you see your pepper turn, hold on, turn like this is from the cold. And then this is a ripened banana pepper. Wonderful for seed. Great for seed when they turn. Okay, so that is the banana peppers. Okay, now if we go this way, I'm going to show you guys a different color. This is a poblano. Now poblanos don't turn red. Okay, I'm going to show you what a poblano kind of turns when it is ready for seed. So I think to say this about this whole video, this video is really about kind of telling you guys how to save seed, how to know when to save seed, and try to keep in mind the best way to keep your production going without having to go out here and purchase things if you do not have to. This is basically to help you guys save as much as you can. All right, so here is the poblanos right here. This is a poblano. This one is not quite ready to harvest for seed. When your poblano turns this color right here, I'm gonna pick it so you can kind of really see. So this poblano is almost turned like a chocolate color. This is a mature poblano, and you'll be able to get valuable seeds from this poblano pepper. All right, so I want to show you one more time here. You guys can see this is not a mature poblano. These are not mature because a bright dark green. Okay, but once they turn this color, a chocolate brown color, then it's ready to definitely utilize it for seeds. Now don't get me wrong, could you harvest some of these peppers not at a full mature state? Yes. Would you still get a pepper plant from it? Yes. But to make sure that you do get a mature seed is to making sure that it changes color. So I hope this video helps you guys out with saving seeds, saving money, saving time, because that's all we have, you guys, is time. And when it comes down to our time is valuable. Okay, very much so. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed my video on kind of giving you guys an idea on rhizomes down to seeds, and just being more aware of is the purpose of having our garden. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification so you can be notified when I do upload a video. And like I always tell you guys, there's beauty in everyone's garden. I don't care what you plant, how you plant it, what you plant it in. It's beauty in everyone's garden. And bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, you guys. Happy gardening. I need to go get my ginger. Duh. Y'all, I can't leave my ginger out there. I gotta plant that. I was gonna plant it on camera, y'all. This is an edit. Bye.